Welcome to Book Club on the Go, the podcast where we explore one book at a time in just a few minutes. In today's episode, we're diving into Atomic Habits by James Clear and sharing some of the most interesting and thought-provoking aspects of the book. Whether you're a fan of the book or just curious about it, our goal is to give you a taste of the book's themes, characters, and impact on the literary world. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. First, let's talk about the overall message of Atomic Habits. The book is about how small changes in our daily habits can significantly improve our lives. Clear argues that our success and happiness are determined mainly by the practices we form and maintain, and that by making small incremental changes to our habits, we can achieve our goals and create the life we want. One of the key takeaways from the book is the importance of setting clear, specific, and measurable goals. Clear explains that when we set vague or unrealistic goals, we are less likely to follow through on them, and that by setting specific and measurable goals, we can hold ourselves accountable and progress towards achieving them. Another takeaway is the importance of creating an environment that supports our goals. Clear emphasizes the importance of creating an environment that makes it easy to follow through on our habits and goals. This can include things like keeping our environment organized, removing distractions, and creating triggers that help us remember to do what we want. The third key takeaway is the importance of making habits more attractive. Clear explains that we are more likely to stick to our practices if we find them enjoyable and rewarding, and that by completing our patterns more beautifully, we can increase our motivation to follow through on them. The fourth takeaway is the importance of creating a daily routine that aligns with our goals. Clear argues that by creating a daily routine focused on our goals and habits, we can make it easier to follow through on them and achieve our desired outcomes. Finally, the fifth takeaway is the importance of being consistent. Clear emphasizes that consistency is critical when forming new habits, and that we can create momentum and progress towards achieving our goals by being consistent. So, now that we've covered the top 5 takeaways from Atomic Habits, let's talk about how we can put them into practice. First, we recommend creating a daily routine that aligns with your goals and habits. This might include setting aside specific times of the day to work on your goals, making triggers that help you remember to do the things you want to do, and ensuring that your environment is organized and conducive to your goals. In addition to creating a daily routine, we recommend setting clear, specific, and measurable goals, making your habits more attractive, and being consistent in your efforts. With these tips in mind, you can practice the principles outlined in Atomic Habits and start seeing accurate results. Thanks for listening our podcast on Atomic Habits. We hope you found it helpful and that you're inspired to start making small changes in your habits that will significantly improve your life. Remember, minor modifications can add up over time and make a big difference, so don't be afraid to start small and work your way up. Thanks for tuning in to our latest episode of Atomic Habits. We hope you enjoyed our discussion on this book. Remember, this podcast is all about exploring one book at a time, and we're just scratching the surface with today's episode. If you want to dive deeper and gain a better understanding of the book, we recommend picking up a copy and reading it for yourself. Make sure to tune in next week when we'll be discussing another book. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast to help us reach more book lovers like you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.